happy Easter, everybody, first and foremost. Happy Easter. Hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday. And what has everybody got up to on this Easter, I don't know if you call it like term or holiday or words. But yeah, what's everybody been up to? Have they gone on holiday? Have they with family? Have they gone to an event? I know there's a few events on today. So I don't know what everybody's been up to, but what have you been up to? Please do comment below what you have been up to. We've got some very interesting news stories to get in today, some very good debates, so make sure you join in, unless it's just a silly opinion, just you know, just leave it there. So, what story shall we start with first?
Whatever you want to start with first, okay.
Okay then. Now, when was the last Olympics? When was the last Olympics?
Oh, here was 2012.
No, I know that. What was the last one? Was it in Paris? It was in Paris, wasn't it? Yeah, it's in Paris. And then was it 2023?
Just can't get on.
2024. Yeah, but I'm just talking. Was it in 2024? I think.
I can't concentrate. I'm just getting on here.
Well, anyway, the Olympics. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, I believe I said that all right. Price showed up to her son's sports day, which was in Jamaica, and she's a Jamaican legend and also a sporting legend because she's literally the third fastest woman of all time. So, you know, she's pretty fast. She's done a very, very good job in it. You know, she's done it right, and she's like done the 100-meter sprint of all time. So she's mainly focused in that. She won gold 100-meter gold medal champion in what's it called? Beijing 2008, London 2012, and picked up silver in 2020, and also to add to that all in gold in a full 100 event in Tokyo 5 years ago. So basically she knows her stuff. Well, she went to her son's sports day in Jamaica recently, not so long ago, and they said to her, oh, would you like to do the parents race? And she got up to the starting line. The mums and the dads probably thought, oh no, and she went and she did the race, and she did what she should do. She did a very good job, and I'm going to show you the video.
No sound on it.
There's no sound video.
Yeah, there is no sound on it when I got it.
Yeah.
For some reason.
But it's very funny video. And the fact of that, just picture this is like mum's sports day, like parents' sports, not it's children's sports day, but the parents run. And this is what she's done. So there she is, obviously at the front.
You wouldn't expect her to be at the back, would you?
And she's fairly getting herself on there.
She's flying.
And the wrangle. And then
Can you imagine?
I have watched one with sound, and they're all going, "Go on, Shelly!" I think she's done a very, very good job.
I think that's one of the best videos I've seen for ages. They're so funny. Can you imagine racing against her?
I know you
go.
You just think, oh, great. Wait, so you might go in a bit naive thinking, hang on a minute, I wonder if I can...
Yeah, you might go in a bit naive thinking, oh, she won't... Oh, even though she's fast, I'm pretty fast, so I'll keep up.
And also I think she might be a bit naive. I think she might have retired a bit. I don't know if she has or not, I don't know.
No, I think she's doing one more thing, I think.
Oh, is she?
She's sort of like tailing off.
Yeah.
I think she's doing one more big event. I don't think she's doing as much as she used to.
But still enough to beat the parents.
She's been winning, when did it say?
Last one was 2020, I think.
Yeah, but before that...
2012. Oh, 2008.
Yeah, so she's had a good... They've got a short life, haven't they, doing it at that level. So she's obviously done 13 years at the very least, hasn't she? And then all the training before that. So she might be, I don't know, 35, 40, something like that. Don't know how old she is. But she'd obviously be retiring from that level, won't she?
Especially when she's got a child.
She's still clearly very fast.
Yes. But I watched this particular one I saw on a talk show thing, and they were saying about it before they showed the video, and I already thought of what's going to happen, and I laughed to myself thinking, I know what's coming. And it happened, and she just flew past. Now the panelists were like, the woman, I think she was only one of the panelists, she turned around and goes, you know what she should have done was, she should have just like run a little bit and then tripped and fell over and said, oh, sorry. She shouldn't have done that.
No, I don't think she should have
done. That's what she's... I mean, she's probably as good at other things.
They asked her to, it's not as though she went
she got an invite, yeah. But,
so what did they expect her to do? Exactly. They expected her to...
Because there's so many things that, for starters, for example, if she just fakes an injury, she could get an injury.
Yeah.
Second of all, imagine the press saying, "Oh, she didn't even win a
Yeah.
you know, parents."
The son thinking, how embarrassing, you absolute failure. You've come
Yeah,
to my school
and I'm
sports
sure
day.
she's brilliant at other things as well. But the thing she's obviously very well known for is being a runner. So if there's a moment for her to shine in that, then she should do it.
Yeah. But she's
She's quite good at other things, because for some reason I got into this video of her net worth, and she's worth a lot of money because she's quite a good businesswoman.
But the other thing is, I've forgotten it. It's just gone out of my head what I was going to say. It's gone because I was saying it and then you interrupted, so I missed
didn't
it.
interrupt. I agree. It's a different. People never see this. I agree, and people always think I'm.
Anyway, it went. I had something to say, but
I'll come back at some point.
Yeah, I might come back in the middle of your story. Your next story, I'll just barge straight in.
I'm not barging. I'm agreeing. Difference in agreeing.
Are we ready? Alan's on.
Hello.
Dave's on.
Hello, Dave.
And he says Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
He's staying at his son's house for a couple of days.
Right.
So what's everybody else doing? Dave's at his son's house. What's everybody else doing for Easter? Van Transit's on.
Hello, Van Transit.
Tracy says Happy Easter. What are you doing, Tracy? She says you look nice.
Oh, thank you.
Motes has chicks in space, hair dryers, mirrors and makeup kits required. Tracy says she did well. She certainly did do well, Tracy.
But I mean, she might not have thought of it when she was going to sports day, because I don't know this for a fact, but I don't know if her son actually won.
He did win.
Yeah, but you said you didn't know.
No, I think he did.
Which, you know, I mean, it's going to be hard being that child, isn't it?
Why?
Well, if you didn't like running.
Well, it's a bit like you with riding, wasn't it? And you only just really started it now, and I was a professional horse person, and you were useless with horses. So it is embarrassing, yeah. And that's not like other people that you think, because you know you've always got people that be nasty about you, and you go, no, she thought she was a horsewoman and daughter's no good at it or anything like that. It's in yourself, isn't it? I just expected you to be good. I just presumed, and that was.
I get this often.
I did. I don't know why. You know, I just thought, oh, well, she'll be a really good horse rider, and you weren't. But you're getting there. Oh, Oh, yes, you are now. Yes. You're taking a little longer. But you're good now. But yeah, you do expect. I suppose she expects her son to be a good runner, but unless he's won a race, you know, a very slow race, he obviously taking after her.
Yeah, but can you imagine? I can imagine right now, do that stretch, do this stretch, and then you're gonna go for it.
Yeah. Oh, you do. Like I push you onto the pony and say, "Come on, then, let's trot." And you go, "Oh, I'll trot next week," and then next week.
This was when I was younger. Let's just start that.
This was last Friday. No, and then she'd say, "Oh yeah, I'll trot," and then it'd come another year round, and I'd say, "Are we going to trot this week?" And she'd go, "Yes, we're going to trot next week," and another year round, and it just went on and on and on. But you do as a parent, I suppose you do push, especially to somebody of her level. She'll be pushing. She's obviously worked with her son because he's won, hasn't he?
But can you imagine the other kids I think I'm just gonna miss out the running one.
Yeah.
I
won the egg and spoon.
If you think about it, the whole school, the parents can't do the running race, and the children can't do the running race. Might as well just get with the running race, mightn't they? Yeah. Or at least just go for second. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna win.
Well, they could weight them like horses, couldn't they? They could handicap them, put a little bit of weight on. Or set them off at different. Look, you looking at me like I'm mad.
No, I'm just trying to work it out.
Well, that's what they do with horses, put weight on, don't they?
No, I didn't know that.
You must know that.
You never told me. I just put weight on a horse, you know.
Well, because that's how they get. Because if you have a horse, that's really.
You should win them.
Yeah, but then it's a business, isn't it?
I watched a really good video.
She's not ever finished that. So it's a business. So if you have a horse that wins by miles, but by a lot the whole time, people aren't going to bet on it because they're going to go, "Oh, that horse is definitely going to win."
Well, everybody's going to.
No, because they're going to put the odds so badly. They just wouldn't take the betting people wouldn't take the bets, and also. Because it's excitement, isn't it, when people watch races, they want them to basically all be finishing at the same time. So because if you have one going in and then
you have to go first,
then a few hundred yards you have another one coming in, and a few hundred. It's a really boring race if the Australian. But if they're all fighting for it at the end, it's really exciting. So you get a horse, and it wins a race, they'll put a bit more weight on that to pull it back and give the others a bit of a chance. Then if it loses,
they put the weight on the legs.
Saddles, on the legs. on the saddles.
You know, wait.
Well, not on the saddles, on the pad underneath. They have a lead. They put lead weights in, so you have a saddle pad that goes under.
I'm not sure if I said it. I'm just lead.
Yeah, that's why they reckon that Chris would have won the Grand National. That's what I was talking about.
Which Chris?
Crisp, not Chris. Not the Chris we know. He'd have never won the Grand National. He might have done in his younger years.
Would have been Chris from yesterday.
Which Chris? Don't think
Chris,
the drummer.
the driver.
Oh no,
I know what Chris is.
Slowly. No, but not Chris. Crisp
Chris.
won the Grand National when red rum came second, because red rum. Oh no, sorry, the other way around. Chris came second to red rum, but they reckon Chris would have won if he didn't have so much weight on him.
But could they not get that wrong?
Well, I suppose everybody gets things
Or
wrong.
they could cheat. Somebody could put
But
a bit
then
more
if
weight
it
on the
starts
horse.
losing, they take weight off the horse. So when you look at the runners and the riders of any race, it'll say the age, the jockey, everything else, and it'll say like 10.8. That's 10 pounds 8. That's the weight they're carrying. So you want your jockey to be about that weight. So because lead is dead weight. So if you're running a horse and they say to you, right, that horse has got to take 10.8. You want the jockey to be as much to near that weight as possible, so that you've got the weight in the jockey and not the lead.
So do you need
Because obviously the jockey then goes with the horse, and it's not a dead weight, and also the jockey takes the weight off the horse, doesn't he, and stands in his stirrups. So he or she stands in the stirrups, don't they? Whereas the weight is on the horse when it's in lead.
Not good, eh?
No.
Really not.
So why did we get going about that anyway? Why did it start? Oh, we could. So when people are running, you could weight them down. The other thing you could do is stagger them, couldn't you? Set them off at different levels. They do that in.
This is only the school.
They do this. Yes, but she's competitive, isn't she? So it doesn't matter. We're not all. She obviously is not all winners at St Barnaby. She's got to win, hasn't she? She's competitive, isn't she?
But they're all getting lined up thinking it's going to be a good one.
Do you remember you at the Egg and Spoon?
Yeah, I do. Good job there. Anyway,
you
right.
came last, didn't you? Bless
No, I
you.
didn't.
I think you did.
No, I didn't.
You possibly did.
My egg was fine though.
Tracy says I'm competitive. So are you, Tracy. Tracy says who won the Grand National?
It was which one? Which Grand National? This Grand National.
The one that you won on.
Oh yeah, I won, didn't I? Forgot about that. Who was it? Somebody. I did win the Grand National this year. I've just forgotten who it was because I wasn't quite aware.
We haven't even worked out how to get the money back, have we? Nick Rocket.
Nick Rocket. No, was that who won?
Yeah.
Was it Rick Rocket? No,
it's Nick Rocket.
no, Nick.
Nick Rocket.
Nick Rocket it was.
Yeah, it was Nick Rocket, Tracy.
Nick Rocket.
Nick Rocket.
It's Nick Rocket. Right, now.
50 Thunder is on.
Hello?
Yeah. So that's where we're up to. Yeah, so she did very well, didn't she?
Yes, well done her. Indeed, did Jamaica proud, I'm sure. So, should I move on to the story?
Yeah, move on to what you want.
Now, you probably have heard this in the news, and we're going to have a little bit of a talk about it. About the fact of, it was 6 women, wasn't it? Who went up to space in the Blue
Origin.
I want to say Ocean, but it's Origin. The Blue Origin ship, which is sort of a bit like a
rocket.
A rocket. It is a rocket, but I mean, it's supposed to be a bit like more like take sort of like the touristy thing where you take the tourists on, just very wealthy tourists, or people that get the opportunity, I suppose. So that's just recently happened, and a lot of people are saying that it didn't happen and that it isn't true.
Jesus, you nearly ran the cat over.
Idiot driving.
Idiot driver.
Yeah, so a lot of people saying it wasn't true, and I want to know your opinion. Do you think it's true or not? And we're going to say a few points about it, because what happened
can
was...
I just say something?
Yes.
Tracy says one of the women lives there in Ballina. Which one, Tracy? That's interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting. Now, upon these women, was obviously a lot of people talking about, because she's the most famous on there, which is Katy Perry, and also the partner of the gentleman who was Amazon.
Jeff Benzo. Is it Benzo? Jeff, yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think, wasn't the partner of the person who owns Rocket?
Yeah, they're engaged, aren't they?
Yeah.
Fiancé.
Yeah, so these were people on the rocket. So the rocket, I don't know how many days ago it was, but it went up, and they only had about, actually it wasn't 11 minutes, it was like 10 minutes 26 seconds, I think.
Yeah, about 11
seconds.
minutes.
Yeah, but like, you know, 10 minutes 27 seconds. And I think that was accounting
Lauren Sanchez, she's his fiance. He's the founder of Blue Origin. Jeff Bezos. She was aboard the flight.
And they went up. Now, there's a few things to this. Do you have like a video, a clip or anything?
Well, no, most people have seen it, haven't they? I didn't
Well,
really bother. I don't think you just. But if nobody's seen it,
Would you just
imagine.
get a picture?
Well, it's just
it
a rocket
feels
going
normal.
up.
Yeah, but we do it every single time, so it feels out of place everywhere.
Oh, I just found it a really boring story.
Yeah, but you can't just do that.
Well, what do you want? What do you want a picture of all of them?
But just a picture of the thing. You know.
Well, they know what a rocket looks
no,
like.
You know, no, it's not. No, they don't, because of, you know, rockets. There's different rockets. Now
it's a white one.
Yeah, but you know. Now this rocket, it takes apart, and apparently it's supposed to be reusable. Well, it is reusable. Now I don't really know what to think about reusable, because I sort of feel like they could get things wrong if it's reusable. You know, it goes up a few times and they forgot to check something.
I think they'll probably put some checks.
But then the problem is, if it's a new one every single time,
it's wasting the environment.
Yeah, I know that.
And as they're moaning about me getting rid of my wagon, I think, you know.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is, I'm just saying about the safety factor, and not talking about that.
I've got the wrong people. I've screenshotted these people.
Oh, hang on a minute. I might need that photo, though.
I've screenshotted those people.
No, I don't need that photo. Now,
anyway, here's the picture of some astronauts.
Now, these people have gone in it before. It's a bit like if you go for a rally day, you know, and you pay and you get...
It's a little bit more expensive, though, isn't it?
Well, it's a bit like a rally day where you go, you get your suit, you all take a group photo, you go out in your car, you get a bit of training, you go.
Oh, no,
now, I watched somebody who I think went about 2 or 3 months ago.
So Gail King, she was on there. She's a presenter.
Who went 2 or 3 months ago, and she went up, and it was the exact same. I don't know if it was the exact same shit, but it looked the exact same. Now she went up, and it showed all the footage and stuff. And the thing is, there's a few signs. For starters, when they were up,
I know I'm bringing a point now. No, but do people think they went up or not? Because there's now people saying they didn't go up. So do people think they went up? Do people think they didn't go up? And then other people have said that it was a simulated thing, that they won't even know that they didn't go up.
I thought this because of people often saying, you know, didn't go up. But I thought, hang on a minute, they actually know they've gone up.
Yeah, so there's 3 things. Do you believe that they went up and it just went and that's it, and the conspiracy theorists are lunatics? Do you believe that the conspiracy theorists are right with things she's going to tell you? Or do you 3 believe that they don't even know because it was all a simulated thing, like when you go in one of those simulated things, but obviously very, very advanced, that they got in this thing and it made out that they'd gone up?
I have mixed opinions about this. I sort of believe they've gone up, but I sort of don't. I think there's so many different things to it. For example, right, the door opens inwards, so you can open it from the inside. Now, it doesn't show any clips of them actually going down. It just shows the clips of them inside space. But the person I watched, who's before all this happened, the person I watched who did the exact same thing as them, who went up and everything, what did she do? Oh, yeah. She showed it inside, and you could see the door, and you could open it from the inside. Well, that's
I have done it. I didn't think I'd done it.
Well, it's a bit of a safety hazard from opening it from the inside, because if they accidentally knock it, then they open it, then you're looking at the whole, you know, thing coming in.
Which obviously, sound on it. I have clipped it. I didn't.
If you open the door in space, it's not going to be a good thing, is it?
Theories that slant the mission was big. In the video, Jeff Bezos is seen wrenching open the hatch from outside
from the beginning
to let the crew out of the craft.
So this is the bit where this man's just talking about the fact of the inside and the door, which we just talked about.
The mission was big. In the video, Jeff Bezos is seen wrenching open the hatch from outside to let the crew out of the craft. However, footage from just minutes earlier clearly showed the capsule door being opened from the inside. Dozens of skeptics seized on the moment to claim the entire operation was staged. What fueled the suspicions even more is the fact that the doors were seen opening inwards, unlike most spacecraft with pressurized cables. Typical spacecraft have doors that open outwards and require a team of technicians working from the outside to unlock them, especially after a trip to space. And for some viewers, the capsule simply looked way too clean for a space mission. The all-female...
Just go back to that door, though, so that when we're discussing it, they can see. when he opens that door, I mean, irrelevant of whether it opens in or out,
Entire
what's he
operation is
bouncing
staged.
about? It's just,
What
it
fueled the
just doesn't.
suspicions even more is the fact that the doors were seen
So he
opening
opens it. Can you see it
inwards.
swing backwards and
Unlike
forwards?
most
It's not
spacecraft
even got.
with
You'd think
pressurized
it would be on
cables.
like a
Typical spacecraft have
like a
doors that
spring
open
on a
outwards
loaded
and
spring that you had to basically force it open so that it threw back on itself.
Well,
that's just swinging
If
about
you
like
look
you
at
and me
the
have made
door
it.
and you look at the thickness, it seems to just have a layer of metal, maybe like 2 layers of metal, and then some padding. And that seems it, which, when not so long ago before this, one of them, the ones that were stuck inside space, they came down, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they went into the ocean. Now that one looks a whole lot more believable.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they haven't gone up, but I'm saying is it looks like a spaceship, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It was thick. They had to do the whole process of opening. They had to slowly open it. They had a whole team to open it, and then they came out, and they had to keep them like, carry them, keep them all nice and gentle because their body's having to react to this. And then I remember the person was going on, saying they're going to have a really tough
Well,
night
don't they
tonight.
have to have training? Because like
Yeah,
when
but
you go in
if you just
an aeroplane.
finished, the person was saying about the fact that those space astronauts would have, for example, have a really bad night's sleep because of their weight. Their body's just trying to work out, this change, as if they've just like walked off like it's fine, nothing's happened. And also the bodysuits, their bodysuits only look really as a fashion piece in the fact of, for example, they've got flared trousers, which flared trousers is actually not going to seal them, is it?
No.
For example, and where's the helmets? Now, the one I watched, she said that there's a little box, and she said, our helmets are in there if we need them. So they do have some form of helmet, but the box size can't be the usual helmet you see that covers your head. It's just, but the thing is, somebody was saying, who made an interesting point, the fact of this was a plane, you think about how far a plane goes, which you can see a plane, said that if a door or a window gets smashed on there, the stuff just suddenly gets sucked out. So the pressure just from a plane, with the doors opening from inside, it would happen to the pressure.
Well, this is what it says if you Google it. It says, conspiracy theories claim Blue Origin's all-women spaceflight featuring Katy Perry and Lauren Sanchez was faked, citing a photo of a shiny mannequin hand as proof. However, the image is actually from a 2017 test flight featuring a dummy named Mannequin Skywalker. So that's that bit that they're saying that's why that people have been putting the fake picture on. And then it says all the details, conspiracy theorists.
But the other thing is, when they're inside the sky, when they're inside the space, if you look at this, there's another space woman who I don't remember her name of, but she's an astronaut, and when
she's a proper astronaut.
So she's obviously, it's her job, and she's done it her whole life, and she's like in space. I don't think she was the one that got trapped. I don't think so. No, I think that was 2 males. Basically her hair's like properly up, and when they have the water, it's like flowing. It looked.
It was definitely. I saw that.
Yeah. She looked like she was in space.
Yeah.
But they sort of looked like they were falling, so it looked like their hair was sort of so in space the hair's all up like that, but in they just sort of looked like it was just hovering, almost like he was just falling. That sort of falling gravity. So
it says here, one per space capsules, including New Shepherds, are generally not designed to open from the inside immediately after landing due to safety protocols, such as ensuring the external environment is secure and the capsule is stable. And
also, you could see the sun. I was thinking, should they not be wearing sunglasses?
I don't know. Before they had been made clear that the duration was only lasted 11 to 12 minutes because it was a suborbital mission designed to reach the edge. They haven't been into space.
Well, this was the other thing I thought.
It says designed to reach the edge of space without entering orbit.
That's what I mean. I thought maybe the reason why all these things are happening, that the hair and stuff, is because they haven't actually gone into space.
They went 62 miles into the sky.
A bit of it. I thought that, and I thought they might have
one TikTok user pointed out, while in space, the woman's hair on the flight wasn't exactly how female astronauts' hair had looked without gravity in previous voyages. Am I the only one who noticed how their hair is just like gently floating, like it's been swept by Beyonce's fan on low setting?
Well, that's a lot of hairspray.
They didn't And then somebody put the...
Oh, and then somebody actually made a comment and said, oh, well, it's just because Katie's got long hair. But the other girl there who has got short hair, it didn't happen. And also the other space woman who goes, her hair's like medium, not too long, but not too short. And her hair, you know, obviously floats. That's the reason we're talking about.
Thank you so much, David.
Yes.
Happy Easter, Matilda and Jane. Happy Easter, everybody. Thank you so much,
very
David.
much
You're
for
an
that.
absolute
Thank you.
superstar.
Yes, indeed.
That's
Thank
absolutely
you very
brilliant.
much.
Thank you very,
for
very
that.
much.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
Van Transit says they didn't really go into space.
Oh.
So what's your reasonings behind that, Van Transit? Why don't you think they didn't? Is it just the same as what everybody's put on the internet, or what do you think? Tracy says, so kind, Dave. It certainly is. Cara says, sounds like the plot of Capricorn 1. Van Transit says, we didn't even go to the moon. Why do you think that? Dave says, looked like a bit of fiberglass. I know, it doesn't look like a rocket, does it?
Well, the one that, and also the one that they got trapped on, that looked like a rocket to me, and it was dirty as well.
Yeah.
It looked like a rocket to me.
What I don't understand is...
I just think maybe the thing is they didn't actually go to a dangerous point. I think that might just be it. They didn't actually go to space, and they
just went up and down like a aeroplane flight.
Yeah, so they didn't really have to make it advanced ship because they knew it was fine because of, you know.
But I thought, like with fighter jets, I thought you had G-force when a rocket's going up at that speed. If you saw it coming down, it was coming at some speed before its parachutes opened. It must have been doing, I don't know how fast they did. They must do thousands of miles an hour, mustn't they? Wouldn't you have to have training for that? Like proper, they had 2 days of how to take the seatbelt off and how to shut the door.
Yeah, now, I watched a woman who did the training, and she just talked about the training. There wasn't actually training, meaning physical training. The training, she said, oh, we're just practicing taking our belts off and we're having to get our seats comfortable, so they have to sit in their seats to match them, because if they're saying we're going down and it's uncomfortable for us, it's going to be quite bad, so they have to get it comfortable. And she said the reason why I'm practicing getting our seat belts off and on and off is because for starters there's so many straps and we need to buckle it in properly, and second of all because we've got so limited time up there, we don't exactly want to be wasting our time taking our belts off, so that's why they practiced it. And I do think,
why didn't they have any helmets on?
That's one thing I did think, but inside she said that there is a little bit of a helmet, but it's not. She showed a little bit of pie just like into the box of the capsule, but the thing is the helmet, yeah, there might be a helmet in there, but it's not going to be the helmet because of it, you can't physically fit it in there. It's not going to be a space helmet that you usually see.
Well, why do astronauts need space helmets then, and 6 celebrities don't?
Well, the only thing I can think of is the fact that they didn't go to a dangerous place, or it wasn't true. No? I just think they might not have gone as far as, you know. But then again, I suppose in your plane, you don't start seeing the Earth's crust, do you? You know, I think that's the right word to say, isn't it?
But even a plane, you can see above, can't you? You know, you see all down and everything. Well, yeah, you can do. You can see, you know, all the world, can't you, as you're trundling past. So it just seems, I don't know, it seems all very strange to me. But, yeah, well, you don't know nowadays with all this AI and everything. You haven't got a clue if anything's true or not.
Exactly. I just don't, you can't actually believe whether it's true and you can't actually believe whether it's not true. You know, you can't believe either. Because I just think you never know what's actually going on unless you see it with your own eyes. And even then, you know, it's a bit questionable.
And a lot of people believe, I'm not going to say people, because there's people on here who are obviously intelligent, but I say a lot of people believe stuff. I saw this video, it just came up on I didn't watch it, it just came up on my news feed. And it was this girl getting caught in quicksand, and then there's another little girl going in to get her, and then there's somebody filming. I thought, if there's somebody's getting caught in quicksand, you're not going to film, are you? You know, they're trying to pull it out and everything. And then I looked at it, and you could tell it was AI. And the amount of people that believed it on thing, though, so now people do believe it, don't they, even when it's obvious. I mean, some AI you see, don't you, and you think, oh, I don't know, I ain't got a clue. So I'll go on the side of not believing it because I don't know. But some of these videos, you think, and they're just believing them, so they will believe it, won't they?
Well, I don't know either way. I don't understand it enough to know the difference. I don't know whether they did or whether they didn't.
And I think people fear question it, don't they? Because if you question anything whatsoever, you're then labelled a conspiracy
theorist,
aren't
said,
you?
She said when she got out, she said about the fact that I wouldn't recommend the experience enough, but I just thought, well, not many people can do that experience.
Oh, no, nobody will be able to afford it.
But I don't know if they, I don't know, I'm only guessing, but I don't know if they're doing any like raffle stuff off, but I don't know whether that would make the money back on a raffle thing. I mean, you know, like a opportunity thing, I don't know.
Yeah, but even the raffle tickets, well, they were not raffle tickets, going to be a pound.
Well, the woman I saw who went up, they had like this area where they all had like a you know, caravan that they all stopped in, but like a really fancy caravan, and they all had like that, and there was like this space area where they all stopped in. But you know, so it's obviously like I think it's more like, you know, I mean, it is an entertainment trip, isn't it?
Kara says, imagine if it didn't stepped out of it. Paul, thank you so much. You're a superstar.
Oh yes, thank
Happy
you very
Easter
much,
to you.
Paul. Yes,
It's
happy
really,
Easter.
really appreciated. Thank you
Yes,
very, very
thank
much
you very
indeed.
much for that. Thank
You're both
you.
a star. David and you are both stars.
Thank you very much for that.
Van Transit says it's all nonsense for the hard of thinking. Tracy says, sorry, my neighbour called. Adrian says, hi, Matilda and Jane. Sorry, I'm late. Getting ready for a gig. Are you off to another one, Adrian? Are you going to be staying on? Tracy says, Morecambe Bay, Quicksand, mud flaps. And Cara says, Katie is probably AI.
Well, I don't know. When I do find it's quite scary that Quicksand exists.
Oh, we're moving on now. So have we done enough? Is everybody?
Yeah, but I just want to
agree
well,
whether
I can go
they
back
went
onto
or
it or
not?
not. But I just want to say, I find Quicksand quite scary, the fact that it exists, you know.
Yeah.
Because one thing, you know, there's a lot of problems in the UK, but at least we have problems with humans, but at least we don't have many natural problems.
No.
You know, like you know, earthquakes and whatever they're called, volcanoes all the time, and hurricanes. You know, ours are quite small, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's quite a good thing. But the problem is we have this quicksand bit.
But I've never seen Quicksand.
Oh, just never been on it. I never go
Yeah, I
further
go
enough to put
trundling a
myself
lot.
into
Go
that
trundling a lot on the
situation.
beach and that, and I've never seen any quicksand. Has anybody else
Maybe you
been
went in and
quicksand?
spat you out and you forgot.
I haven't seen any. Because they say, is it Volney Sands? They say, oh, don't go out because of quicksand. But we've bong pottering out, haven't we? I'm not saying it's not there.
Yeah, but
Obviously
we
it's there.
stuck to the stones.
Yeah, I suppose so. You must have to go a bit further out.
I
The
think we do.
Morecambe's supposed to have quicksand. I've never seen it, but I
Well,
don't
where
know.
you wanted me to, you know, go out to the car quicksand?
Yeah, there she is. Attention seeking again.
I mean, I'd just be absolutely terrified. I mean, I would die because I was so terrified. I would just, you know, could just think, oh, it's so fun. You know, nothing goes right.
We're YouTubing it. I'll put this for the members.
Well, I'm not going to say too much, but something to do with something I've been doing. I had to scream out for help. I'm not going to, you know, don't you say anything, love. But I had to scream out for help, and nobody helped me. I mean, it wasn't true what I was screaming out for help. I was thinking, if I was screaming out for help
could
here,
say them a little
nobody
bit.
cares.
You could say them a little bit because you're not going to give it away why you were doing it.
No,
You-
please, no, I don't want to
Oh,
say
you
that
should
bit.
have said that bit for them.
No, I
That's
don't
not
want to say,
fair.
no, because no, eventually in their lives.
No, that's
No,
not
please,
fair.
no, keep on doing it then. But all I'm saying is, nobody noticed.
She wasn't murdered, by the way, or anything
No, it was
like
fine.
that.
But nobody noticed. No one just looked at me and I just said, oh, don't worry, it's fine. But like, I was like, you know.
You shouldn't have told them half of it.
Well,
I
you
think
know,
you're
that's all they
awful.
get. That's all they get.
You're really annoying.
Well, they
That's
have to
what you
wait.
all go, turn off if she's going to do that to you.
Stop it. You're not getting the rest of it. Right?
Well,
I
it's
feel
like you
they
read one of these really annoying people on Facebook put this post and they put something like, I can't believe it, what's happened to me, or something like this, I hate him, and then they turn the Facebook off and they just leave this one thing. That's what you've just done.
Well,
You've gone, oh, this thing happened where I had to shout help. It looks like he's got a gun on him, but it's a pool cue. That's Billy.
Well, it's just shit, bro.
And you've gone, oh, but you've only just told half a story.
Well, yeah, that's all the, you know.
Oh, I really feel,
I hate giving
really
things
feel like telling them. I really do.
Well, I can give a clue.
Go on then, give them a little bit. They won't know. It's not too much, just to say what it was you were doing.
It was to do with.
You're shooting a scene, just say it.
It's to do with acting. There.
What you were doing was.
Stop it.
I'll tell you all later.
No, you won't. Yes, you won't. I like to try and keep things a secret.
You don't give them half the story. That's really unfair. I'd be really annoyed.
Anyway.
And East Midlands Train Spotter, thank you very much. You're a superstar as well.
oh.
Well done, you. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
And
you.
Adrian.
Thank you. Oh, God, you're
Happy
all
Easter,
busy
Matilda.
tonight.
Thank you very much. It's
Thank you
really,
very,
really
very much.
appreciated. Both
Obviously,
of you.
it just goes to so much stuff
An
to
absolute
support
star,
me.
and he's done twice. This is East Midlands Train Spotter. Thank you very,
Thank you.
very
Thank
much.
you very
It's
much
all,
indeed.
obviously, all great for the channel.
Yes, it is. Everything is just really big
Superstars,
support.
thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much for that. Very much appreciated indeed. Thank you.
And Paul says Western Super Mary's bad for quicksand. And have you seen any, Paul?
What?
He says it's bad for quicksand, but I won't know.
What's Western Super what?
Weston-super-Mare
I don't know what that is.
is a place. And it says it's bad for quicksand.
Oh, I mean, it's bad area for quicksand. I thought it meant by something that exists.
Dave says there's some videos of people getting rescued in Morecambe Bay from quicksand.
Apparently they have to rescue a lot of horses.
Hmm.
But I mean, that's what I mean. I you know, it's nice riding the beach and stuff, but you just think, you know, you're going to get over if you get into quicksand, you know.
Adrian's only staying for a few more minutes and he's going to go see Macy. Going to Cumbria tomorrow. Oh, we'll have a lovely time, Adrian.
Yes, indeed, and
thank you so much for your super.
Yes,
thanks for your
thank you very
superstar.
much.
And I hope you have a really, really good night.
Of course. Have a very good night.
Paul says people just don't think when the tide's out.
Well, you know that...
Does it look different?
No.
Does it not?
Well, you wouldn't go in it otherwise, would you?
Well, you might do, yeah.
But you know that walk they do, I don't know if they do it for charity or something, but you know, Morecambe, they do it where they walk the full thing. You know, I think
Do you know how much that is?
You're afraid to go on?
Yeah. They walk across the thing. I think it's about about £25.
You can walk it for free.
Well, I think it's dangerous, isn't it?
So then why are they doing it?
No. Not if you walk it with the guide.
Okay, just walk near them. Like, they don't
Walk near
own the
the
land.
joining. Darling, can you imagine getting tagged on the back so you got a free ride? Are you with us? No. Well, you seem to be very... No, we're not.
I'm walking my dog.
We just happened... We haven't got a dog.
You're questioning my dog?
We just happen to be walking at the same time.
It's not only you questioning me walking over, you know,
You're
here.
walking exactly the same place, following our footsteps. Yes. But we're not with you.
Different. Honestly, some people. I just get midnight go trotting behind.
Oh, it's busy tonight, isn't it? Oh, another car coming in. Oh,
Yeah.
big
I
wave.
didn't know we were getting out.
Just wave at them.
Somebody
Random
I know I never get
wave.
away
I wonder
from.
why we're sat in a classic car then.
Well, somebody I know I never get away from. I got one the other day. I got waving a high. I thought, oh my god, am I going up in the road? Am I going down? I can't decide.
Tracy says she's seen a rescue or two in Morecambe.
Oh.
Well done, Tracy.
There was obviously that cobble. Was it?
Oh, Tracy says I wanted to do that but didn't want to pay and thought the same. Can you imagine Tracy trotting behind? You see in a YouTube video, there's all this group and behind Tracy's trotting with Blue.
I wouldn't argue with Tracy. I'd leave her.
Yeah, you'll be all right, Tracy. Once they say to you £25 and you say no, they'll just go, all right, okay.
It's an exception.
Yeah. Leave the one with the dog alone. 50 Thunderer says Weston-super-Mare and Burnham-on-Sea have a terrifically fast tide. Many people and many cars have been caught over the years. Is that where the quicksand comes because it's coming in so quickly?
No. I don't know how it works.
I want to Google what makes
No, because
quicksand.
I think what happens is it happened once. I think it happens in Morecambe on that certain stretch where the tide comes around you. It goes around, the water pans around it. It goes inside a little circle.
Not Scholar Bay. Quicksand is created.
No, I
when...
know that because that's small
Yes,
bay.
it is right. Quicksand is created when loose sand becomes saturated with water and is then agitated, causing it to behave. Yeah. Oh, I'm so annoyed.
You have to sort you in now.
Useless quicksand, you are. Winding me up. The water trapped within the sand loses the ability to support weight as friction between sand particles is reduced. This occurs when water cannot escape, leading to a liquefied state where the sand loses its structural integrity.
That sounds
You know how to answer, don't you? So, what to do when you're
Well,
in
wasn't those
quicksand?
people who went and did the? Is it what did they?
Cockle picking.
Cockle
What to
picking.
do?
And that's quite a famous story in Morecambe that they got
That
they
wasn't
died.
quicksand. That was the water
Yeah,
coming
but
around
it's the
them.
same. You know, it's happened. You know, because Morecambe where
If
the water
you're
pans
stuck in
around and goes
quicksand,
circle.
Stay calm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like you can manage it.
Avoid panicking, as this can worsen the
You
situation.
imagine if you're there reading it, think it just gets to the point.
Yeah, she's going down and he's missing something. Stop waffling! I'm not panicking!
I don't know what word says.
Imagine, yeah.
I have to watch a video. You've got to get into the video and then
You do it all wrong, wouldn't you? Lean forward, put your head down.
Yeah, but then I think, oh, I'm going to have to watch a video. I get into the video and they go, hello, welcome everybody. I just like to say, and I'm like,
Yeah.
get
And there's
to
an advert.
the point. Oh, not an advert. I'm like, and this one, the advert is 5 minutes long.
Yeah. Would you like to skip?
Yes!
Right, we're ready. Lean back to distribute
No,
your
you
weight.
just go like a starfish. Is that what you know what you do?
Can I just read it out?
That's fine.
Do you want to spoil it? and slowly move your legs to loosen the quicksand. If possible, lighten your load by removing a backpack. If you can do all this, it can't be that bad, can it? You know, getting your backpack off and everything.
Yeah, but you think about it. Once you first start going in, you just think it's mud, don't you? So you start to pull yourself out, and then you slowly get yourself deeper and deeper. By the time you work out it's quicksand, you get yourself calm, you got half your body in.
Oh, look, another friend. Hello. Hi. You all right? It's busy tonight, isn't it? That's so many people coming past.
Fun!
Yeah. Like,
I mean, really, we could just wave to anybody. Nobody would question us.
Oh, no, she'd come for a
No.
chat. She was nearly in the car. And
I thought for a week.
I thought she was moving in. And try to keep your arms out of the quicksand. You can also try grabbing onto a nearby branch, which is going to happen
It's
in
gonna
the
happen
middle.
in the
Yeah, it's
sea.
going to happen in the middle of the beach, isn't it? Or having a friend assist you by holding onto your hand. Well, if your friend doesn't assist you, you know, it's a bit. They're going to assist you, aren't they? That's not very good advice, is it? You're not gonna have a friend there, are you? And say, well, why did you die? Oh, I didn't think to assist them because I hadn't read the video.
And then the phone rang and
Yeah.
I had to answer it. So obviously
That's
it's a
not
very
very
important call. I was expecting it about 9. I don't know why she did it really. 'cause
Yeah, I don't think this is
I did
very
tell her
good.
I was expecting my phone call, and she just went and did that. I was quite annoyed with her, really. Happy actually she went down.
If all else fails, call for help. Number 7, call for help. Your voice might be the only thing. You're going to have started that before that, aren't you? You're going to start shouting and screaming, aren't you?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, I did that and nobody helped me, even though I didn't need the help.
You weren't in quicksand, though, were you, to be fair?
Well, I could have been. It was, you know, I was gonna say too much. I could have been. So insane. Right. There is a bit of a point people could discuss on this, which...
All right, David says, earthquakes. The most damaging earthquake in the UK was the 1884 Colchester earthquake, which had a magnitude of 4.6. It caused significant damage to churches, houses and other structures. Tracy says the mud flaps. We were caught in the Matilda a few times over the years. Tracy says, I fell in a flap here last year. It wasn't pleasant. 50 Thunder says, I try not to panic and keep calm when I'm in Sainsbury's, but I still end up being stuck there.
Sorry.
Sorry, you just have to try a little harder. Or have you tried Aldi or
I tell you what.
Lidl?
I had a little thing in... Why do you stop falling?
Adrian says, the thing I ever get stuck in is traffic on the motorway, lol.
Can I say about what happened in Aldi?
What did happen in Aldi?
Yesterday, I think.
What happened?
So, we tend, you know, if you go... I mean, obviously, you know, we don't have majority supermarket. Will you stop it?
Tilda's having an argument with an inanimate object.
Let's stay on. Right? Before, you only break down or step on you or something. It's better up there. So, I go to either Aldi, Lidl, whatever. But Lidl, I usually tend to try to go to most just because the bread's better. You know, Aldi should really try and catch
Aldi's
on.
bread's rubbish.
And they should really try and catch on and make an effort with the bread. Apart from that, you know,
Lidl's
they're great.
bread's pretty good.
Yeah, little bread's actually great, and also like, you know, the pretzels and stuff, you know, brilliant. I did actually go to a foreign Lidl. That was sort of different, but not too different. It's very quiet. Everybody was very peaceful. Anyway, went to Aldi, right? We were in Aldi. We were going to go to Lidl, but I needed a certain thing from Morrison, so I thought, well, I'll just go to that Aldi. So we're in Aldi, and what you had a problem with one of the members of staff, didn't you? Or they had a problem with you at least. What happened with you?
Oh, she kept shouting at me. There was a man in front, and he had a big trolley full, but he was just putting it on. He had the full length of the conveyor belt, and I'm in a world of my own, and I started putting mine on, giving him loads and loads of space. He never said anything. He was quite happy, and she started screaming. But you know, when you're in like a dream state and you don't realise because you're doing nothing wrong, you're getting screamed at. She's going, give him space. She's going, and then I looked round and realised it was me she was screaming at.
Somebody's going to
So
turn it off.
I looked at the man,
Somewhere.
and he goes, I'm all right. And I thought, well, obviously you're all right because you've got loads of space. And he never said anything. Then she caused a big scene with him, and then she was saying, oh, going on. So then you walked up with some stuff, didn't you? And she goes, is she with you? And I said, well, yeah, is that a problem? She goes, no. But she says, I can get you another aisle if you like. So I said, oh yeah, please do. So she got somebody else coming up, didn't
So
she?
then we went to the other aisle,
thing.
and he went up to him. There's I think we were the first person to be served, wasn't it? I don't know. I might with somebody first. Anyway, got to him, went to, when you walk around with your trolley, and he never said, oh, hello, good morning, how are you? He just, started
He did
serving.
the whole serving without talking to us.
He did a whole serving without talking to my phone. There we go. So I said, I do prefer a little. I was talking to Mother. There's less of an atmosphere.
I got told off in out.
So I just started going off
Was
like,
I in Aldi?
like that. It was Aldi, yeah.
You
I said, there's
fucking
less of an
told
atmosphere.
off.
Because when I'm in Lidl, I get on quite well with them.
Well, I've never been told off in a
I tell you what
supermarket.
happened once in Lidl.
But I think that's what people have become like now, some workers. It used to be that the customer was always right, especially when they were actually putting some stuff on a conveyor belt to pay it. But now it seems that you get some of them that they think that, you're beholden to them almost, don't you? And you get told off. But then she said to him, I heard her talking to that man, and she says, you're not allowed to buy this alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, maybe he's the local alcoholic, I don't know. But I thought, well, who can dictate to somebody unless they've had...
Well, we weren't allowed to buy enough garlic, were we? Man, that was an offer, but...
Yeah, 4 pieces of garlic. Well, we held the whole of Aldi up because I didn't see the sign, and I don't believe there was a sign. But they had everything on these offers at the front. And it was garlic, so I love garlic. Got 12 pieces of separate garlic,
No,
and I was only allowed 4. So we go, oh god! So I'd already got told off on one aisle, got put on another aisle, and then he's going, "You're only allowed 4 pieces." The only speaking he didn't speak to us until he's going, "You're only allowed 4 pieces of garlic." So he was picking them off and putting them on the side. So I said, "Well, what if she buys 4? Well, she can buy 4," and then he took 4 away. So we were only allowed 8 pieces, weren't we? And you had to go back, didn't you, and buy them. So
Do I have to reline up? I said, do I have to reline up? And he was like, no. But then, in Lidl, I was getting, the stuff, and, where they pass it to you. And I started doing it in speed, and he started doing it in speed. We had a really good race.
She's even competitive on taking the stuff off and putting it in the trolley, honestly. She competes with him. And then she goes out really proud, and she goes, did you see how fast I went?
And he's down it. He goes, what's a fast one,
Tells me I'm competitive, and that lady that did the running's competitive. But you should see her if she's stuck in a supermarket trolley. Gee,
it depends how I feel. Sometimes I think, right, I'm going to stack it really nicely. I'm going to put it onto the right places. And sometimes I think I'm going to get this in as fast as possible. Changes.
Tracy says in Ireland you can't buy alcohol at certain times. I don't think it wasn't the time. It was the fact it was him. He was told he couldn't buy it. But I don't know who can say that. How can you tell?
I don't know if he said you couldn't buy any more. I don't know.
She took it off him.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway.
I thought, there goes my enjoyment.
yeah, the only bit of life I've got getting absolutely drunk and wasted, and you've just ruined it.
Well, not planned.
And then I should have gone along and she shouted at me, and I can't even get my garlic. I need a drink now after being in there.
And he would have just stayed silent.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Right. A book binded with human skin.
Ooh.
Now, I didn't particularly bother about this, but there is a comment on this piece of paper that says, do people agree with human binded skin books being on display? So comment below if you want that or not. So this is a book which... So they had a book which was fully binded with this person's skin, which this skin is a murderer called William... What's his last name?
Corder.
William Corder.
Yeah.
William Corder, who did a murder in 1827 to his not partner, but partner, I mean, they weren't married, Mary Martin. And it's called the Red Bank Murder. And it's quite famous because of in that time where sort of, printing and stuff was being available, they made money out of murders, meaning as a fact of, it's a big thing. There's the book. I mean, the fact it was a big thing for if a murder happens, they can make, for example, a play out of it. They can do a read on it, inside the magazines. They can do little pictures. So murders that happen were entertainment. They would do puppets and stuff. They make money out of it. So hence the reason why this one's quite famous was because of it was that's did with it, the murder. Because quite a few elements to it, really. She had a child with somebody out of wedlock. The child passed away. Then she had another child with somebody else out of wedlock. The child stayed alive. And then she met him, had a child with him. The child passed away. And then they decided to get married, but they didn't decide. Something happened where he tricked her and said, right, the town's against you because you've had all these children out of wedlock, so I'm going to take you somewhere and we can get married and we can stop all this. So she agreed with him, and she also agreed the rest of the family were on this, so they all said, oh yeah, you should do that. So he said, right, you got to dress up as a man, and you've got to go to this barn, which was Red Bank Farm, meet you there, and we'll go off, to go get married, and we'll come back. So they agreed that. She got to the, did all the stuff, and then got to the farm. He murdered her by doing many, many things, and then ended up burying her inside the farm. But what happened after that, he went away and still stayed in contact with the family, did the letter, not message, but, because it sort of wasn't exactly a thing then.
Another friend.
Kind of was that letter, and he would keep lying and saying, oh, she's busy, and he'd make excuses for the reason why she's not writing, like, oh, hand hurts, the letter got lost, things like that. And they said that they were staying on the Isle of Wight. Well, he said they were staying on the Isle of Wight. Turns out he wasn't. Turns out he was like met another wife and set up some form of, I don't know if it was like foster home, I can't remember what it was, but they set up some form of business, and they started to get a bit suspicious, did the family, about the fact of, they're not coming back and she never writes. And for some reason, I think it was one of the members of the family started getting dreams. Stepmother started getting dreams, which I suppose isn't relation, so it's a bit more distant, isn't it? The fact of her getting these dreams, which one of the reasons why the story was
but
so
you don't
famous.
have to be related to love somebody more, because sometimes stepmothers
so.
love somebody more than an original mother.
Yeah. I suppose so. So then she started getting these dreams of thinking of her going to this place and I think she started in fact getting murdered at the Red Bank Farm. So they decided to go to Red Bank Farm, found her. Oh no, actually she didn't find her. She did find her, but her father worked as a mole picker, so he got his mole picker and found it that way. Got her. Found her, realised it was her, even though she was quite decomposed, but realised it was her. And he had, around the neck wasn't it, the handkerchief that he usually wore. So they didn't take too hard to find him, because he was advertising, tons of newspapers advertising for a wife, and he got loads of replies. So basically, they found him quite easily. And then they had, some evidence on him and stuff. So basically, they found out he murdered her, basically. Got a lot of evidence on it. So what happened then, they used his skin and by looks of things made a book out of it. Now, everybody knew about this book. It's inside the museum. But what they didn't realise was they were just going through, I don't know if they were going through archives or just came across it, but inside the museum office, they came across this book and realised it had parts of his skin made out of it.
Oh.
So they just came across his book. It was just laying there, and they just came across it. Because the thing is about these human skin books, they look like a normal book. You could just pick it up and you never think it's human skin.
No.
And somebody went and did I don't know, I don't know how they do it, but somebody went round all public and places and libraries and tested all the books and found out like over 50 were human books.
You do? Okay.
No, because this was a common thing happening at some point, probably in the 1850s. I don't know when it happened, but some point around there. And a lot of times it seems to the ones that the largest collection, I think, of these books were 5, which a certain place has, museum probably, and 5 of them from the same person, which is a doctor, because it tends to happen to be a doctor, because a doctor has access to the bodies and they just think, oh, I'll make a book out of that.
Well, I suppose you've got leather-bound books, haven't you, which is animal skin, so I suppose why not use human skin?
I suppose because people get revolted by it, but I think, I suppose it's recycling. Isn't it? It's
well,
recycling.
I suppose it is, isn't it?
And I suppose it's not like you've got respect for the person because he's a murderer, but then again, would you... Well, I think the content inside the book, I don't know whether this... I think one of the books has contents about the story of the murder, I think. I'm only guessing this, but I think one of them has the contents of the fact of the stuff, the court stuff was inside of it. So I don't suppose it was like, a child's book or something. It was something to do with that. So I suppose they just thought, well, I might as well not buy a book when I can just use his skin to make a book.
Peter and Jane with somebody's skin on it. It's not like a child's book or, Bob the Builder.
No. Used it as
you wouldn't want it on a child's one, would you? But that's what they did years ago, isn't it? But you do got leather-bound books, don't you? And stuff like that.
That's what I mean. You don't really think about it because it's an animal, but you think...
I don't think it'd really bother me, as long as they died.
Yeah.
They weren't killed.
But it's necessary just to kill it for a book, isn't it?
Well, people do.
Yeah, but there's enough,
things,
you know,
don't
people
they?
that will.
People
but then
do,
again,
and people do anything.
But then again, I suppose if it's an older body, which obviously, you know,
a bit wrinkled.
The plan is in life for everybody to die older.
So maybe human skin covered book from an old day, so it's not in that good a condition.
I got a young one here.
Yeah, I got a young fresh one here. Really tight skin.
Yeah,
It's nearly curling the pages over, but the other one.
Yeah, does the value change? But oh no, somebody actually. I think how it originally started was there's this poet who was, I think, one of the first like female black poet to have, you know, get published. I think she did quite well for herself to get it. Somebody later on inside their lives, like, I mean, the fact, like, I don't know, 100 years later, must have been a bit of a stalker, because he became so obsessed with her, even though she was, you know, passed away a long time ago, that he wanted to make sure she was remembered. That he got books, a lot of books done inside human skin to make them more valuable, so then people would want her poetry. So
Only so many books you can do, though, isn't there?
it depends how many bodies you've got, isn't it?
No, from the same body.
No, it's not her body.
Oh, right.
I don't know whose body it was. Actually.
I thought you meant it was her body.
No, she died ages ago. No, he did it to make them more valuable, but I don't really know where he got the bodies from. Really questioned it.
Scary monsters.
But that's what he did. He was that, you know, yeah. But you know, you do get stalkers, don't you?
No, I certainly do. So, William says Happy Easter. He's going to the Carnforth Model Rail exhibition next Saturday, and he's been to the Easter rally at Kirby Stephen today. Was it good, William?
Yes, I heard that.
Abby's on.
Hello, Abby.
50 Thunder says there's an old pub in Bristol that has layers of human skin on. Oh my God. On the front door. The pub and its door are probably about 400 years old. What's the pub called? Oh, I'll have to Google that. Oh, that's awful. I feel a bit. How can I accept it with a book, but when it's on the door, I think it's, oh God, I think it's because he's put layers of skin. Old pub in Bristol. Bristol pub. Human skin door. Let's see what comes up. The Hatchet in front door is covered in. Oh God, yeah. Here we go. The Hatchet Inn. No, we don't want any of those stupid things, whatever you call them. The Hatchet Inn is legendary for the gruesome rumour that follows it around, but there's so many stories attached to this 400-year-old pub. I just got it on there. On my laptop. I don't know if you can see it there, so that's what it looks like. Yes, you've read that correctly. There is a rumour that the front door of the Hatchet Inn is covered in human skin. Beneath layers and layers of black paint, the skin is said to have belonged to an executed convict. But there is any truth to the claim? Well, there's no real evidence supporting it, but no one's examined the door intensely enough to disprove it, and we guess the owners prefer it that way. Dating back to 606, the Hatchet Inn is undoubtedly the oldest running pub in Bristol. The name came from the axes of woodmen used to visit from the nearby Clifton Woods. Later became a favourite haunt of the infamous pirate Edward Teach Acker Blackbeard. And then it says, during the 18th century, the Hatchet Inn also became notorious for housing some pretty violent sports. There was cockfighting ring, a rat pit for rodent teasing, oh my God, and also a popular place for bare knuckle boxing. Both English champions Jem Belcher and Henry Pearce built their reputations at the pub, if walls could talk. So there you go. That's very interesting, isn't it? Bit creepy.
Different.
Happy Easter, Kevin Wood's Workshop.
Happy Easter.
Abby says fascinating but gross. It is fascinating, isn't it? Tracy says Matilda likes those stories. William says I did not see Derek Matheson or Bangers and Cash there. I saw him 2 years ago. And 50 says the pub's called the Hatchet, which we just said. William says he saw Reuben Owen in the distance. Abby says the idea of my grandmother's skin being used to make a book is just not right. And Van Transit says must have been scared out of the skin. Dave says, I guess that it's not nice, but it's one of those things in those days. You cannot change the past. No, you certainly can't. So there you go.
Very interesting.
Well, that's been a very entertaining news evening.
Yes,
I think
indeed.
we've done everything, haven't we? There's nothing else you want to say?
I'm aware of. I think we have.
Don't think there is. I think I've got everything done on there.
Oh, I might just quickly say something.
Just check that I've got, because I
I've
always
been-
do it afterwards. Oh, I did.
I just really-
Anders rock buns. Not rock buns, hot cross buns. Sorry, hot cross buns. There, well done, Anders. He followed Matilda's recipe, and for the Easter, and that's on obviously her YouTube if anybody wants to do it for Easter. So well done, Anders.
And also, don't forget to check out my music account because of busy posting on there and stuff. So go have a look at it. There you go. There's my music account. Got a lot of dances on there. Just done a Taylor Swift one, ABBA, Gimme Gimme, The Frog, Hot to Go, Mumble Number 5, Send a Little Prayer for You, some music of my own there. So go have a look at all that. That's Matilda Walden Music, MRW Music Official. Go give it a little subscribe right there as well. And yes, Tracy, I know I need to send you a link. I forgot. I have a very short-term memory. But I will do. And also, there's loads of videos on there. And obviously, I'm posting regularly on there, just like I am on here. But I'm posting a lot. I'm, doing a lot on there at the moment. And I obviously hope to continue, which I will do.
So Abby says Taylor in capitals. Tracy says, "Where's the bells for 8 o'clock? Have the bells happened?"
I don't know.
I think they're a bit slow now. I think they were the other way, Tracy. Abby says looks really good. Tracy says love hot cross buns, and Dave says not had them for years but do like them. You could make them, Dave.
Yeah, Tay, she's just not done anything. She just really hasn't. She's just been so quiet. Nation's done more than Tay.
It's been lovely, isn't it, having the break?
I'm sure she's enjoying it herself as well.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm sure she's busy up to something. But I mean, usually, you get to see her out, don't you? If she's doing something. But she just, it's like been the longest break she's had.
Oh, they're right. They're Tracy. They're now.
2 minutes behind. 2 minutes late.
That's what I mean. They've gone the other way. Before they were 4 minutes before, and now they're 2 minutes afterwards. There you go, Tracy. The bells, especially for you. I just got back from ringing them, Tracy.
That's amazing. I had a problem with the door, yeah. God, did it. Managed it in time.
Right. Good night.
Yes,
Thank you very much. And thank you so much to everybody that's done the super. Thank you, absolute superstars.
Really, thank you.
It's very, very much appreciated, obviously. Bye, Van Transit. Bye, Abby.
Bye.
See you all later, and thank you for making it such a good night.
Yes, indeed.
And then somebody's put 50 Thunder. Let me know when you two are popping down to Bristol. We'll go for a pint in Hatchet. Yeah, definitely. I'll have a proper look at that pub when we get off. It's interesting. Thanks for that story. We should cover it. Door, pubs with human skin doors. It's something that we should look in for next week.
I suppose you just put yourself next to a door.
And remember, don't forget to send your stories in. Good night, David. Thank you very much. And thank you, Dave. So send your stories in. Because we've had Anders send his
gotta be interesting.
Cross buns in.
Yeah,
we don't want any boring stories.
We still have to report on them.
So yeah, jolly interesting.
We don't want to just do it out of niceness, make sure they're interesting. Please
have them checked out. Ask a few family members about them and friends.
Well,
and if they're yawning away, it's not good enough to come in. If they're going, oh, what's that about? Tell us a little bit more.
You got to think in different mindset. So think in our mindset. Think, right, will they like this? Because also it's not just for you; it's about us as well.
Yeah,
so we've got to enjoy it too. So got to make sure it's enjoyable. And
Dave, I forgot his Lou story. Oh my God! You see, sorry, Dave. I'm just useless. I need sacking.
No,
I do honestly. I did, and I thought about this because I had something that would go with it, and I can't even remember what it was. I think that happened to me. Oh, I hope I haven't lost it. I think I've lost it, Dave. Oh no. Sorry. No, I didn't.
I think you did.
Yeah. And when was it about? She'll have a quick look. I did remember Dave, and I think I've lost it. I did screenshot it, didn't I? I don't know which iPad it was on. It might have been on the one you're on now. Where did we go where we had to pay for the toilet and we didn't go? Somewhere.
No, I think you've lost it.
Sorry, Dave. Really am. I had screenshotted it, but it may well be...
Down toilet.
It's gone down the pan. It may well be on the one she's on there, so sorry about that. Jane, Abby says, Jane, how can you forget the loose star? I'm really sorry, Abby, because it was, you know, a good story. And I had something to back it up, which has happened to us, and I've completely forgotten that. I'm just brain dead.
Well, we all are.
My brain's just gone, Abby. I'm useless. David says, my biscuit dunker didn't make the cut. Oh, God, this is somebody else. What biscuit dunker? I didn't get that one, David. I know my brain is not good at the moment, but I don't think I got that one, David. A biscuit dunker. No. I accept the Dave one about the toilet. I did get that, but I don't remember about a biscuit dunker. So maybe that's me. Sorry. Derby says you're getting old. I am, Abby. I'm absolutely knackered. It's the stress of Billy, actually, Abby. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm
We need somebody to come and help us.
Yeah, we need you here, Abby. He's so naughty at the moment. I think that's it. The stress of Billy. I think that's what I'm going to blame it on. Stress of Billy and my tablets. But, yeah. So sorry, David, if I missed yours as well. I'm not very good news, am I? Tracy says you'll know, Abby, when it happens to you. Tracy feels the same. I bet you're the same, aren't you, Tracy? Oh, my head. Just forget so much stuff. Right.
Well, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all later. Have a wonderful evening.
David says, with Kit Kat and Cadbury's fingers. Well, just tell us it, David, before you go, quickly. She's going. But tell us what it is. And I'll read it out. Come on, David. You can do it. Type faster. Go on.
4.
Abby says, well, that's nice.
Are we going up to 10 or not risking it?
Come on, David.
6. You've got 10. 7.
Type
8,
a bit faster. Type a little bit of it.
9. 10. No, it's too late, sorry. Right, see you all later. Thank you very much.
He said I will send it. Right, David, I'll read it out next week.
Yeah, thank you very much for super thanks. Very, very much appreciated. Very nice of you all. So thank you very much. Obviously, support the channel so much. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you all later.
See you later, Tracy.
Bye.